It's been over 7 years since we have last run a race on this racetrack, and upon the first examination, you might understand why. Well, we're back in the BodyArmor Pro Series this year, and rejoining some of these goofy tracks that we've got on the schedule. And this one right here might be the goofiest of them all and the most unique, but you know what? This is gonna be a lot of fun, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see who can make it to the end with all these jumps. It's the GNC Stuntroad, a Supercross track that we're going to put these heavy body stock cars on tonight. Realistic damage turned on and everything, so it's going to be a bit wild here for Dirt Xtreme V in the 2024 BodyArmor Pro Series. Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to one of the most anticipated events, since we announced it a couple months ago, of the year here on AG the channel. It's Dirt Xtreme, and we are here at GNC Stuntroad, the Supercross track, for our fourth race of the season here in the BodyArmor Pro Series. And hey, the past few races that we've had have all been on high-speed super speedways. Well, forget all of that. We're jumping on dirt in these heavy body stock cars here tonight. And if you've seen this event way in the past, and hey, a lot of you guys who are in this series were around back in the day, so you know what's up. You're going to see a lot of damage here tonight. We've got to get Phil Swift out here at the end of the night, no doubt about it. But I'm joined alongside Andrew Miller for the call this one. And Andrew, ever since you knew that this race was on the calendar, you wanted to be in the booth for this one, and hey, you know what's going on here with this racetrack. But what is the key to getting to the finish line here? Because you got to take care of your car. These things are going to be totaled by the end of the race, but you got to make sure you don't total it off of one of those jumps.
Oh, geez. Well, first off, let me just say it is really, really cool to be up here. We had to delay calling this thing because I wanted to call it so bad, but I had a few things that I had going on, so I appreciate you for waiting for me. But as far as getting through this thing, I mean, it's as you said, you can't go too slow and then not go over the jumps, and then everyone's just going to start passing you, but you're going to destroy your stuff if you go too crazy. So this is genuinely uncharted territory. I really don't know where the middle ground is. I guess you have to try to find something in between. But, I mean, yeah, how many times have we seen this race actually used in a series, or this track, I should say? This is genuinely a unique one. I don't know what to expect, but it's going to be something to behold no matter what.
It definitely will. Now, got a bit of a different format for this race compared to a lot of the other ones we'll have this year. We are not putting all 24 drivers on the racetrack at one time. We're splitting up into two 12-car heats, and the top 6 from each heat go on to the feature event, and each heat and the feature are all 10 laps long. So we're not going to be here too long here tonight, but we will split it up into 3 parts, and that way we don't really run into lap traffic issues and things like that. This is a tight racetrack. It's under a mile long. As a matter of fact, this is the shortest track we go to on the circuit here in the Pro Series, so it's almost a short track, but it's not. It's not. It's just its own unique little thing, and you're going to see it here in just a moment. But the drivers who are in the first heat, and we're going to get to the green flag here in just a moment. Travis Crampton, Jesse Turner, 99 of Blaine Keyes, Dylan Mathews, Nathan Stapleton, who's our points leader and the winner of the past 2 events of the season, Justin Zajdel, Hierjel Alonso, 54 of Tanner Partin, Loudovick Charette, 75 of Trey Barto, the 13 of Drew Webb, and the 18 of Stuart Gratton. And then heat number 2, we'll see Nicolas Samudio, the 14 of Thomas Troxell, the 71 of Igor Barreto, the 7 of Reggie Fogleman, the 38 of Logan Williams, the 16 of Christian Master, the 47 of Joe Rutkowski, the 79 of Matt Tuck, the 15 of Caleb Rose, the 77 of Chase Harris, the 22 of Derek Hamill, and the 53 of Brad Stover. And these guys are going for the inside lane to start off the feature event, and then those who advance on from heat number 2 will start on the outside lane in the feature event. Here's how they line up in the point standings after 3 races. How about Nathan Stapleton? Both of the times he's pointed have been race victories. 50 total points for Nathan Stapleton, who won at Hillside and at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway 2 weeks ago. He's got a 6-point lead there on Thomas Troxell. Then you got Jesse Turner, 26 points behind. Tanner Partin, 27 behind. And Hierjel Alonso, 28 behind. Of course, F1 points format minus the fastest lap bonus point. So 25 points to the winner, down to 1 for 10th place. And only the top 10 finishers in the feature event will receive championship points here today. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here for heat number 1 in Dirt Xtreme 5. And Travis Crampton going to lead us off here alongside Jesse Turner in row number 1, Blaine Keyes and Dylan Mathews in row 2. And you got Nathan Stapleton and Justin Zajdel there in row number 3. You got the 39 of Hierjel Alonso, Tanner Partin in row 4, Loudovick Charette, and the 75 of Trey Barto's in the 75. I get those two mixed up. And then Loudovick Charette alongside him. You got Drew Webb there and Stuart Gratton for his top 6 advance on to the feature event. And who do you think's going to get it done here, Andrew? And what do those guys in the back need to do to advance on to the feature event here tonight?
You throw a dartboard on this one. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to throw it to Zajdel to get the win in this heat. Of course, an old team owner next to my current team owner, so that's pretty cool. Actually driving a car that I drove in originally, so that's pretty sweet. Well, Alex, this is going to be something to behold. That's all I can say.
It definitely will. Travis Crampton, Jesse Turner. Hey, some of these guys have raced here before. They know how to get it done. But all I know is that we're ready to get extreme. Here we go. Green flag in the air for heat number 1. Travis Crampton and Jesse Turner are going to go up the hill. They're going to power it off. And here we go. Let's have some fun here on the stunt road. Oh no! Already Stapleton has got sent around there through the corner. That's going to jam him up a little bit. Of course, no cautions here on this racetrack as Jesse Turner and Blaine Keyes battle it out there for the second position. Of course, each position here is worth 2 starting positions in the feature event, but you got to be top 6. And right now, Drew Webb holding on that last position as Stapleton got spun around there and definitely struggled there with Dylan Mathews and Zajdel fell back. Stuart Gratton as well, Tanner Partin, and then Trey Barto all the way at the back of the field there. Well, interesting first lap as Blaine Keyes, Jesse Turner keep on going after it for second. Now you got to be careful off of these hills. You see the way they hit off the exit sometimes. It doesn't work out too well for some of these guys, and you got to be careful not to completely total the car because, hey, realistic damage is turned on. And if you come off a hill in a bad way, you can lose a lot of momentum and could just lose your engine and lose your opportunity and making it onto the feature event.
Hey, what's cool to note here, though, is that the 13, if I recall correctly, started the last row, and is now 6th already. So, to anyone who would have thought that passing was going to be an impossibility here, I think that just disproved it right there. He's already up several positions, and got a good race there for second as 37 scooting away. Oh dear.
With Loudovick Charette getting tapped to that outside wall, and that's a place to watch out for. This is the exit of the corner right there. We've seen back in the day when we did run races here, that last corner would always be a trouble spot for these guys, and them overshooting, and you got to be careful not to hit that pit road wall. Now I know we say pit road wall, even though it's, what is that, streamers that you got at Party City? It acts as a wall, though, because this is NR2003, so that's basically just like a solid concrete wall at any racetrack for these guys. We got a pretty considerable gap from the cutoff there between Drew Webb and Nathan Stapleton, and hey, Nathan Stapleton has won the past 2 events of the season, and he's in a position right now not to advance onto the feature event, which is definitely something I know he would not want to see, so it's going to be fascinating to see how well he can do trying to get the Drew Webb right there. Meanwhile, Blaine Keyes holds on to second ahead of Jesse Turner right here. And realistically, a lot of the passing on this racetrack takes place because of these guys making mistakes. So far, all 12 of these guys, though, are still in the race, but we're only on lap number 4 of 10 here in heat number 1.
And everybody's looking pretty torn up already. I mean, mostly from hitting that one, well, streamer or ribbon. But no, I mean, this is really cool to see. I mean, they're getting after it. You see them getting the airtime, and they are really sending it through these corners.
Almost looks like Travis Crampton may have hit off the hill a little bit rough right there, and there are so many places, especially when you get these double, triple hills that we get on this racetrack. It's kind of difficult to maneuver it, and if you hit it in a certain way, to damage the car entirely or lose a ton of momentum, and that is exactly what happened to Travis Crampton right there, because that lead was 2.8 seconds, and now it's down to 0.6 of a second. So he lost 2 seconds of that lap there as Blaine Keyes trying to close in and get the pole for the feature event in Dirt Xtreme 5, because, you know, Blaine's going to have a good shot from the pole position. As we saw, Travis Crampton got out ahead very well at the start of this race, but he's got to manage the car throughout this event. Turner, Alonso, Charette, and Drew Webb, it's still the same top 6. Stapleton is closing in, though. Dylan Mathews not too far behind, and you got Justin Zajdel, Stuart Gratton, Tanner Partin, and Trey Barto in the back right there. Oh, and once again, and right there, pass for the race lead. That's Blaine Keyes. Going to take it away from Travis Crampton as Crampton got off the hill very poor, and the 99 has taken it away here in lap 5.
I think that middle ground that we found, that we were talking about, I think Crampton may have gone over it. I think that he's really starting to struggle now. He's probably starting to suffer some engine damage. Yeah, that car is not happy, and I think that he may even drop back a little more.
This 99 looking pretty clean, with all due respect compared to the other cars. I mean, Turner's got a bunch of damage, Crampton's got a lot of damage in that car, Alonso as well. And this is going to be a common thing here tonight, and that's how this race always is. Nathan Stapleton trying to close in here on Drew Webb for that last transfer spot. He wants to be in that feature event and keep his points lead. He's got to be careful for someone like Thomas Troxell not to have a good run here tonight as well, because Troxell could take that points lead back away. And hey, Turner is top 3 right now, so he's in a position to possibly win this event. And also close in there on Nathan Stapleton. He won't take the points lead as he's 26 points behind. But he still could very well close into that championship lead. That's just the nature of the point system here in the Pro Series. Blaine Keyes starting to pull away there from Travis Crampton. And you got Jesse Turner still in 3rd with Alonso 4th. It's 4 laps to go here in heat number 1. And Blaine Keyes continues to hold on to the race lead.
Crampton started to close on him there, but then he got really sideways off one of the jumps. But I mean, we have so many heavy hitters on your channel in this particular heat, I would say.
In the whole series, dude. The whole series.
I mean, true, yeah. Very true. But in this one, I would say in particular, it's just from the names that we had in here. And yet, I mean, how do you prepare for something like this? How do you know what to do at a track like this?
Hey, I think, like I said, some of these guys have run here before. You know, they kind of know what's up here at this racetrack. And, you know, one thing Turner's going to hit that wall there quite a bit. Alonso's going to try to take a position away from him right here. It is tough to make a pass here. Obviously, we saw the one pass really be made, at least up front, because of a mistake. And that's really where it's going to come down to throughout the night here at GNC Stuntroad. As Dylan Mathews. Now, this is actually the one passing zone, really, is the first corner. That's the highest bank corner on the track. And these guys can really get some momentum there. If they can get a run to the inside, they can stay side by side for a while. Of course, these guys are still all in their respective positions, except for the race lead. It's the one change for the positions that we've had pretty much this entire heat. And we may get another one up front as Crampton's closing back in on Keyes. And Keyes has to be careful off the exit of this hill. Crampton's right there. He is pressuring this 99 for this heat win. They've got to be careful not to get into it and take each other out of contention for the overall win. Now, of course, here in this heat, the main goal, the main objective is just to make it into the feature event. But, of course, each starting position means quite a bit as well because, as we have seen, it's difficult to pass here. And these guys know that if they start up front, they're going to have a good shot at getting the race victory. Crampton trying to close in on Blaine Keyes so he can hold on to this pole position for the feature event. But Turner and Alonso are ready to strike if something happens between the two of them, and they're all separated by only 2 seconds now, with under 2 laps to go here in Heat 1. Oh boy.
Here's something that we didn't really... Oh, goodness. Yeah, here's something that we didn't really talk about at all. The dust. You gotta think that's really messing up everybody except for the 99. Because that's gonna affect your vision a little bit. You can't really see what's going on in front of you.
Crampton's got it on Keyes. Here we go, coming to the white flag, and just like I said, you can't get into each other, and that's what happened. Turner on the outside, he's gonna hit the wall, and Alonso just took himself out. Oh no! Charette and Webb get by, and how about that? The battle. Oh, and how about Stapleton getting around Drew Webb and Loudovick Charette? Dylan Mathews also hit that outside wall, and now Stapleton up to 4th. Webb and Charette still in the transfer positions, and it's Zajdel trying to get to those guys, and Blaine Keyes remains out front. You know, just one little thing like that, and it can just go throughout the entire field. That's why we only have 12 cars on the track. That and my game will crash if I have any more cars on the track with how much damage we're running here, in case you haven't figured that one out. Oh my goodness, that was... what a sequence right there. Coming to the white flag. It's not over yet. Blaine Keyes trying to hold on for this heat win in the pole in the feature event. Crampton's right behind him. Oh, he might have a shot here. Will he dive down to the inside? No, he won't. Blaine Keyes wins Heat 1 here in Dirt Xtreme 5. Then it's Turner, Nathan Stapleton, Drew Webb, and Loudovick Charette going to be the 6 who advance on from this heat, along with Travis Crampton, who finished runner-up.
Oh my. Holy cow. Well, I mean, we kind of wanted some chaos. Well, we got it right there. Oh my gosh, look at the front end on that 99.
They will all get new cars for the feature, of course. And I gotta say this, man. Visibility in NR. Well, you do know this is a video game, right? I know we play along with the experience thing a little bit, you know, but not quite how it works.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
We always treat it as a video game. You wouldn't see this in real life, so we can't be too realistic here. That's the whole point of the Pro Series. How about Blaine Keyes, though? Good run for him to get this heat win. Not an official win on the channel. It's the event that counts as the official win, so these heats do not count as official race victories. But, oh, Alonso was in the top 6 that whole race. Took himself out at the end. It's Keyes, Crampton, Turner, Stapleton, Drew Webb, and Loudovick Charette in the feature event. Tough break for the rest of them. And we're going to show you guys the fastest lap because Indianapolis is going to be determined. So the 12 guys who advance on the feature event will be the first 12 who started Indy, and then these guys are going to be starting on the inside lane at Indianapolis based on their fastest lap for those who do not advance on in this heat. So that could get a little interesting right there because not all these guys advanced on. Justin Zajdel will end up getting that highest position, and then you see the rest of the fast lap right there. So it's gonna be a little tricky, but just know that when we do in fact get to Indianapolis, that is how it's going to be done. Those who did not advance on will be organized by the fast lap in this heat on the inside lane in Indianapolis, and then the same will be said for Heat 2 on the outside lane, and then the fastest lap of the top 12 is what determines it over there. So, that's the skinny on that one right there. Blaine Keyes gets the job done here in Heat number 1. All right, Andrew, you've seen Heat 1. What do you think of this place?
It's I'm glad that we're here, but I'm glad that it's not in any other series. It's a lot of fun. It's as you said. I mean, we were just gonna have fun with it. I remember, I think I did a race here like at the very, very, very start of when I was doing online or NR stuff, and there's a reason I hadn't returned, but obviously, yeah, we're just having fun.
There's a time
we're going to see what kind of chaos happens. Yeah, exactly. We're going to see what kind of chaos happens next. I love how these guys are still just driving around. Kind of funny.
Yeah, they just keep on going. They don't care. What a race here for Heat 1, and we're just getting started here tonight. Let's go on the Heat number 2. and see who joins Blaine Keyes, Travis Crampton, Jesse Turner, Nathan Stapleton, Drew Webb, and Loudovick Charette for the feature event. And here we go for heat number 2 of Dirt Xtreme 5, and what a heat the first one was there, especially near the end. Blaine Keyes getting it done, and Alonso taking himself out, and he will not be in the feature event later on in the night, but we're going to add 6 more of these guys, and going to be interesting to see who joins Jesse Turner and all the other guys who advanced on. I forget. I took a picture of it. Blaine Keyes, Travis Crampton, Jesse Turner, Nathan Stapleton, Drew Webb, and Loudovick Charette. Those are the guys who advanced on into the feature event, and 6 more of them will join them on the outside lane, and they're going to be led here in heat number 2 by Nicolas Samudio and Thomas Troxell. Igor Barreto, Reggie Fogleman make up row number 2. Logan Williams and Christian Master in row 3. Joe Rutkowski, Matt Tuck in row 4. Caleb Rose, Chase Harris in row 5. And then it's Brad Stover, who didn't even complete a lap at Coke. He's to the outside of the 22 of Derek Hamill. All right, Andrew, how's this one going to play out here? And what do you expect with these guys after we saw heat number 1?
Well, one would think that hopefully they would maybe calm it down a little bit after what happened to Alonso. But, I mean, you just never know. I mean, with the amount of damage that these guys get, it looked like Crampton ended up getting too much damage, and it looked like he was going to fall back. But then he found some speed and really closed back in. So I really don't know what's going to happen here. We'll see if they get more spread out. Of course, we had early trouble in the other one. I would say that the inside lane seems like the place to be, at least on the initial start, but I really don't know I don't know if that's true or not. So honestly, I think that this was going to be just as unpredictable as the first one. No idea what's going to happen. It's just going to be a matter of who, well, doesn't destroy themselves.
We'll have to see who doesn't. Let's get these guys to roll off here for heat number 2. And, of course, Nicolas Samudio and Thomas Troxell, 2 of the best drivers to ever grace the channel, going to lead us off for the green flag. Of course, you can say that about pretty much this entire field. So much experience between all of these drivers here. And with that being said, of course, these guys, they've probably run on this track before. I know Samudio has. And honestly, I can't even remember who won the last Dirt Xtreme, you know. Hey, Andrew, I got a little side project for you. You go look up on my channel and see who won the last Dirt Xtreme for me. Can you do that?
Oh goodness.
Oh, you don't.
I'll let you know once we get. Once we get to the main event.
Right.
I'll see what I can do.
We'll figure that out for you. I should have done that research beforehand, but hey, you know, working a full-time job, you know, like boom, I get off of work, and one day I get off earlier in the day, and I just gonna start crash course in this stuff.
And now you're putting me to work.
Yeah. I don't have enough time. That's why I got Caleb. But he's not the one calling this race with me because he's in this race. He's in that 15. We noticed, you know, in that first heat, of course, Stapleton got sent around there, and it jammed up the whole line, and I think that's why Drew Webb ended up getting a pretty good advancement through all that. We'll see if something like that ends up happening here in heat number 2, or if they can all get cleanly through the first lap. Nicolas Samudio and Thomas Troxell, they're coming around. Here we go. We're going to crest the hill one more time before we get to the green flag, which is right now. Here we go. Dirt Xtreme 5, heat number 2. Whoa, Troxell. Wow, that was wide.
If that streamer wasn't a solid object, he would have been going for one heck of a ride, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. Good start there for Nicolas Samudio. I gotta say, you know what? I did all these races back in the day on this track. Never once did I use the TV2 angle, and my goodness, is it a good camera angle for this racetrack. We get some pretty good angles of what's going on here. Side by side between Troxell and Barreto right here for the second position. They got through the first majority of that lap without any spins or contact, or major contact. Yeah, they're having contact every second. It's constant contact here at GNC Stuntroad, but Nicolas Samudio going to lead lap number 1 here in Dirt Xtreme 5, heat number 2, looking to advance on it. And that's a pretty good jump for him, but we saw in that first heat with Travis Crampton, you got to be clean throughout these jumps in order to hold on to the race lead. And you know what? One mistake, and Thomas Troxell could easily close in on this 48 here. And you know what? Getting a little loose there off those hills as well. You got to be careful not to spin yourself out.
I'm noticing that double jump. I noticed it in the first heat as well. They get sideways off of that first one, coming up to the second one. And it's not them getting lined up for the corner, because that would be the wrong side. So, yeah, there's something about that particular jump that really upsets these guys.
Matt Tuck and Logan Williams. This is right now the battle for the 6th position, as Caleb Rose, my man, what did you do right there? Looks like he got off the hill in a bad angle. He's going to fall all the way down to 12. I mean, that's a shame. There are currently 5 guys who do not have any points yet this season. That's Loudovick Charette, Chase Harris, Caleb Rose, Reggie Fogleman, and Stuart Gratton. We already know Gratton's not going to get any points. Charette's got a good chance at breaking that, but Caleb Rose, Chase Harris, Reggie Fogleman trying to get themselves some points for the first time this season. Harris is outside the top 6 right now, but Fogleman is 4th. He's in a position to advance under the feature event, and 10 of the 12 guys get points in that feature event. We're not using the new proposed F1 points format where all 12 get points. Only the top 10. Not a good exit there for Samudio, and here comes Thomas Troxell. Oh, he tried, but there's no grip on that inside through that corner, and Nicolas is going to get a run on the outside lane and hold on to the race lead. How about that for Mr. Edge, as Fogleman's going to get a pass made here on Igor Barreto for 3rd, or at least attempt to do so. He's got the inside lane going into turn 1 right here. Oh, I love this. Side by side in midair. That's awesome.
Through the bank corner, over the jumps. Still side by side. Keep it clean, guys. You want to keep it here in the top 6. We saw what happened with Alonso. Oh, it makes me nervous, but I love this too. Holy cow.
I think Fogleman's going to finally get it right here. Oh, he's going to try to squeeze him, and he got squeezed. Oh, and that's going to jam these guys up. And Christian Master, Logan Williams, they're all going to be on each other right here. And, hey, you know what? Troxell made the move on Samudio in the middle of all that as well. Now you got Christian Master up to 4th, as Fogleman has gotten around Barreto, but Master's going to get another one right here, or at least try to do so. And he's going to get squeezed as well by Fogleman. And Fogleman,
they're gonna get
don't mess with him tonight, my goodness. Oh, and now Matt Tuck and Igor Barreto get spun around. Harris is going to get a shot right there. And Igor Barreto, my goodness, he was battling with Fogleman there. He was 3rd, and now he's all the way at the back of the field. You see in the corner of your screen the pass between Troxell and Samudio right there. And one of those two, unless they both fail to finish for some reason, is going to get this win at this point, because they got 10 seconds on Reggie Fogleman after that fiasco. How about Chase Harris now? Derek Hamill, both in the top 6, advancing on at the moment, and Igor Barreto falling all the way back to 12th. And Joe Rutkowski out of the race. So we got a lot to review. We got a lot to review in this one. This has been the crazier of the 2 heats, wouldn't you know it. And how about this battle between Nicolas Samudio and Thomas Troxell for the race lead?
We're only halfway through this thing. Good Lord. Oh, man. I didn't mean to laugh there at anyone's misfortune. I'm just laughing at just what I'm witnessing, because it's as you said. This was going to be a goofy one. We knew that. I hope everyone else watching knows that. And it's just having fun with this, no matter where you're at on the track. Oh, goodness.
Bad exit off the hill right there for Samudio. And I think Troxell also waterlogged it as well, basically. I'll tell you, these guys have not been as clean as they were in that first heat. I'll tell you that much. They have definitely been on edge here tonight. Troxell and Samudio continue to go after it for that lead position. Then it's Fogleman, Master, and Chase Harris. And then you got Derek Hamill in that last transfer spot. It's too bad we can't, simultaneously focus on multiple drivers while we're recording. Obviously, we can, edit things in post-production, which is what you guys are currently seeing. And how about Matt Tuck? He's been 7th this entire race, basically. And still in a position not to transfer. He's got to get to Derek Hamill or Chase Harris, get to one of those guys, and get up to 6th if he wants to advance on. The top 4 really seem to be a lock at this point, only unless they knock their engine out. You got Troxell, Samudio, Fogleman, and Master, and then Matt Tuck, Brad Stover, they have a chance to close in on Chase Harris and Derek Hamill right here. for those last 2 transfer spots. It's going to get interesting between these guys. Harris is in a good position right now to make it on. But Matt Tuck's got to be careful not to let Brad Stover around him. Logan Williams got caught up in all of that, and Barreto's gotten around Caleb Rose. They've all had issues here tonight in this second heat. Troxell and Samudio continue to go after it, though, and they've got a huge gap on the field. But Thomas Troxell, who won Daytona, the last time you were in the booth for one of these Pro Series races, by the way, looking to get the outside pole for the feature event here alongside Blaine Keyes.
Been good to do it in the Atwood throwback. Golly, I love that car. But they got Mr. Edge right behind him, so this is far from over, especially after what we've seen, although, my God, the 48 is so destroyed, and yet he's still making time, so this is insane. And actually, the 7 did close on them both by a fair margin, just obviously way too far back to really make anything of it, unless something crazy happens.
And, unless something crazy happens. There's a good chance that something crazy will happen. We saw that in the first heat between Blaine Keyes and Travis Crampton. Near the end, they were battling, and they almost took each other out. Well, we've seen that pretty much coming to fruition here tonight. And, Fogleman's still very much in it to win it. As what on earth happened here? Igor Barreto is now all of a sudden in 6th. I think Matt Tuck had a moment, and Chase Harris did as well. And all of a sudden, Barreto's back in a position to advance. I'm going to be wearing out Adobe Premiere Pro after this one, that's for sure. How about Nicolas Samudio trying to close in on Troxell, trying to get this heat win. It's still Fogleman Master, and it's Derek Hamill, Igor Barreto now, who's up to 6 right there. You saw that in the corner of your screen as well. Oh boy, this has been wild, and it's not over yet, and Samudio's got to run for the race lead. He's going to try to clear him, and he's going to get turned into the wall. And somehow he's not going to lose his momentum, and he's got the pass made on Troxell with 1 lap to go here in Heat 2. But Troxell's not done yet. He's going to try to find the nose of the inside right here.
Oh, man. I don't know what is going on here, but Samudio with the lead. Who knows what's going to happen behind him? Oh, my goodness. If this is what this one looks like, I don't know what the main's going to look like. But yeah, this has massively trumped the first one in terms of just the sheer crazy factor. Look at this.
Troxell's going to try. He's going to go for it. Oh, that was not a good entry for Troxell. He lost the momentum. And Samudio just has to keep it clean here to win this heat. That's the trouble spot right there. Oh, man, Troxell's got another run on him. Not going to be close enough. Nicolas Samudio on the 48's going to grab the outside pole for the feature event. Thomas Troxell's going to be in that feature as well, along with Reggie Fogleman here in the 7, who closed in quite a bit there near the end. He'll finish 3rd. Christian Master going to be in the feature event. Going to finish 4th here in this one, and then Derek Hamill and Igor Barreto somehow going to sneak one after everything that happened. Going to get that last position and advance on to the feature event as well. It's a shame there for Chase Harris, who was in it initially. Matt Tuck not going to advance on. Neither will Brad Stover or Caleb Rose or Joe Rutkowski. Well. That was some good stuff right there. That was fun.
That was, I think, a little more of what we were anticipating with this one. That first one was way cleaner than we would have imagined, honestly. Which I know is really saying something after everything that did happen in that heat. This one just cranked it to 11.
Hey, we still got the feature event. Hey, and the feature's only 10 laps as well, so these guys are going to have too much time. For those that didn't advance, Chase Harris will start 14th at Indianapolis. And then you got Brad Stover, who will start 16th at Indianapolis. We've got the 22 Derek. Oh, he advanced on as well. Logan Williams will start 18th at Indy. The 79 of Matt Tuck will start 20th. And then you got the 15 of Caleb Rose, who will start 22nd. Joe Rutkowski will start in the 24th position at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What is that, 2 weeks from now, I think? 2 weeks from now, we'll be running the Indy 100K in the BodyArmor Pro Series. That'll be a lot of fun there. That's actually really one of the first racetracks that we go to this season where it actually kind of just is a normal race. This is anything but normal, as you have very well seen here tonight. Nicolas Samudio, Thomas Troxell, Reggie Fogleman, Christian Master, Derek Hamill, and Igor Barreto all advance on to the feature event. All right, we got our 12 drivers set. And hey, it's 25 points and a race win. Nicolas Samudio going for his 26th career win on the channel. What do you got to do in this feature event to get it done here with only 10 laps in the feature event?
Apparently not go side by side in the last few corners on the track. That seems to be the spot where most of the carnage has occurred. And so, and there's just no grip. So anytime we get to the inside, you just end up getting squeezed and turned. And, I mean, at this point, the way to win this thing is to just make sure that you avoid the craziness, avoid landing too flat on these jumps, which good luck with that, and hoping the cards fall in your favor. This is basically super speedway racing levels of luck as far as this goes.
It's gonna be pretty cool, pretty fun to see who gets it done. And we got a pretty strong field to determine the race winner as well. All right, let's get to it. The feature event here in Dirt Xtreme V. Let's see who gets it done here tonight in the BodyArmor Pro Series at GNC Stuntroad. All right, here we go for the feature event in Dirt Xtreme V. And hey, we did the research and we saw who won the last time we were here. Guess who it was? Nicolas Samudio, Mr. Edge, won this race back in 2017, the last time we ran it, and he starts on the outside pole, looking to get his 26th career win on the channel. Christian Master won this race the third time we ran it, and he is starting in the 8th position for this feature event. So you got 2 past winners of this race here in this feature, looking to get it done for a second time here at GNC Stuntroad here tonight, which is awesome. Max Newworth and Andy Thomas won the first 2, but last 2 more particularly, or more recent, with the drivers in them. And hey, you know what? One of those guys can get it done. Blaine Keyes was also in the feature event of the last one we did as well. I think you said he finished 3rd, so you know what? These guys know what they're doing. You know, there's no ratings in this series, but the cream always rises to the top, doesn't it? So Blaine Keyes, Nicolas Samudio on the front row. Travis Crampton, Thomas Troxell in row 2. Jesse Turner, Reggie Fogleman in row 3. Nathan Stapleton looking to go 3 in a row, by the way, alongside Christian Master, Drew Webb, Derek Hamill, and then it's Loudovick Charette and Igor Barreto. Only 10 laps. There's not much time for these guys to get up to the front. How's it going to play out here in this feature event?
Well, I'm sorry to do this to you, but it's definitely going to turn out a lot better than 25 laps. I'm so sorry, I had to. If this is going to be anything, like
I just realized I did that. I'm like, whoa, why was I doing that? Yeah, that third one, there were only 2 cars to finish in the lead lap of the 12. Hopefully not going to be the case here tonight.
No, this is going to be like the first 2 heats. The second heat obviously being the way more chaotic one. I don't know what to expect for this one. I would expect a lot more of the same. But it seems like the guys who start at the very, very front have the least chance of getting into something crazy. So I'm going to imagine that at least probably the front 4 are in the best track position to avoid crazy carnage. But who knows? I mean, it does not take much at a track this tight with this little grip and going all over the place. Anything imaginable can happen here, with the exception of flying off at the corners because these ribbons are actually solid steel. So it's going to be a lot of fun, though.
You want to say that? I've seen it happen before on that first turn where they actually have flown off the corners. So, yeah, everything is possible.
Now I want to see that.
Yeah, there's a couple times that has happened. We have not seen that tonight. Maybe we'll see it here in this feature event. Let's go ahead and see if that's going to be the case. Get these guys to roll off here for the feature event. And, of course, these guys are going to receive championship points in the top 10 positions. So 2 of these guys who are in this feature will not get any championship points. We'll have to see how that ends up shaking up. Reggie Fogleman and Loudovick Charette are two guys who are in this feature event who have yet to receive championship points this season, looking to get their first points of the year. And, of course, Nathan Stapleton looking to get 3 in a row. But I think that front row is where the winner's going to come from. And I got to ask you, Andrew, who's going to get it done here in Dirt Xtreme 5?
You know what? I'm going to put it on Crampton. I think that he's in a good starting position. However, here's a little fact for you. Samudio could go two in a row on Dirt Xtreme if he wins this thing. How cool would that be? 7 years apart.
That's pretty crazy. Mr. Edge right there. Of course, the second Daytona 500 winner. That was his first one by absolutely nothing. Later on in 2017, won the Thanksgiving 500 when he blew his engine across the line. That's when he started being named Mr. Edge on the channel. And you know what? He's still around, and hey, man, he's come close in the Wawa Cup Series. He's coming. He's definitely getting back up to par over there. Well, hey, a win here tonight would definitely help some momentum over there in the Wawa Cup Series. We never would come here in the Wawa Cup Series, but that's why we got the Pro Series to do it. Here we go. Let's get extreme for one last time. We're underway for the feature event in Dirt Xtreme 5. Oh my.
Right up that hill there, and I just wanted to say a disclaimer. I didn't want to see anybody in particular flying off. I just didn't think that was possible, so I would have had to have kind of seen it to believe it. I don't wish crashing upon anybody. Just saying.
Oh no! Samudio and Crampton got into each other. They keep it going. Oh my, that was close. Everyone keeps it clean there on that first lap. That could have been disastrous for Nicolas Samudio if he lost a lot of momentum to Blaine Keyes right there. But thankfully, he is still right there behind that 99. And Crampton there, your pick to win, is third. Thomas Troxell, Jesse Turner, that's the top 5. They're still side-by-side back here with Webb and Master. And Blaine Keyes, who was the official pole sitter, will lead lap number 1, able to fend off Nicolas Samudio there to get that first lap led. Of course, no bonus points for leading laps in this series, but a pretty big point difference between first and second here, and Nicolas Samudio would love to get his first win here in the BodyArmor Pro Series this season. Of course, it'll be a second win on the channel this year. Got the first win of the year when we did the Superstar Series at Winchester. It's a little nugget that not many people know, probably, and some of you probably do. Blaine Keyes starting to pull away just a little bit. We'll have to see how clean of a race he runs right here, because, you know what, 10 laps, long time for something to happen. We've seen that happen to Samudio and Crampton throughout the night as they led their heat races. Oh, and right there, Blaine Keyes, a bad exit, and Samudio's going to close right back in for this race lead.
Just like that, after one little, hardly a mistake. It's just a matter of how you land, but that was a mistake there. Going way wide, hit the wall, quote unquote. And Samudio is right there. I was just also observing the fact that these top 3 have gotten quite a ways away from everybody else already, although now the 82 is starting to pull away. So, man, a lot of comers and goers already. Almost crazy carnage between the 48 and the 37, but not to be quite yet. We are still keeping it mostly clean. I mean, by dirt track stunt road standards.
Yeah, what is clean here? I don't think that's a word that comes close to describing this place at all. Everyone's still on the racetrack, though. Derek Hamill and Loudovick Charette out of the points at the moment. No, that's definitely not a good feeling, considering there's only 12 cars in this field, but somebody's got to finish back there. Jesse Turner is 4th behind Travis Crampton. He's going for win number 26 as well. And we'll have to see if he finds some magic here. But the thing is, this is such a short race. And like we realized that we used to do a 25-lap feature, and only like 1 or 2 cars would finish. We moved it back to 10, moved it down to 10 laps for the last one that we did 7 years ago when Samudio won. And I think that was a great idea, because these guys have to push it early on, and Blaine Keyes almost losing it there. It's like you mentioned there in the last heat. They get really loose there on that second hill there, and Blaine Keyes almost lost it, but he's got to run a clean race, and really, this is his race to lose at this point.
Oh, we've said that before, but, I mean, yeah, all it takes is
right
just
there,
like that.
Right there. And Samudio going to try it here, try to squeeze him. Oh, and Blaine's not having any of it. But he's still got the inside lane, and he's going to squeeze Blaine Keyes in the outside wall. Here comes Crampton and Turner, and Nicolas Samudio going to take the race lead on lap 4. He just held the inside right where he needed to hold it, and he's going to start trying to pull away here. How about Crampton looking for second there on Blaine Keyes? Not enough for him right now in that 37. And Jesse Turner looking to get some spots here as well. And don't look now, here comes Troxell and Nathan Stapleton are trying to close in on this lead battle. But how about Nicolas Samudio? Saw the opportunity, took it, and he didn't look back. And, you know, he lost the lead in his heat and gained it back from Troxell. And honestly, if there's any driver who has shown a lot of strength here tonight, overall, it's going to be that 48 of Nicolas Samudio, who has definitely found himself in a lot of great positions so far tonight. Blaine Keyes, once again, a bad exit off the corner. Crampton and Turner jam up behind him. But nowhere to go for these guys. Crampton's got a hole right there, and he's going to drive right by Blaine Keyes, and Turner's going to try here on Keyes, and Keyes is in the wall! And literally in the wall. Are the streamers from Party City. And I think Drew Webb also got off kilter there, off the exit, and that is a shame for Blaine Keyes. He will fail the finish, and he'll leave here tonight with no points, along with Igor Barreto, who's the other driver who is out of the race. You saw that one in the corner of your screen. Halfway here in Dirt Xtreme 5, Nicolas Samudio out in front. Travis Crampton, Thomas Troxell, Nathan Stapleton, Reggie Fogleman in the top 5. Turner with significant damage from pushing Blaine Keyes into the wall right there. He's down the 6th. Then it's Christian Master, Drew Webb, Derek Hamill, Loudovick Charette. That is it of drivers still running in the race. Blaine Keyes is out, so is Igor Barreto. All 10 runners are going to get championship points here tonight in this 4th race of the season.
I don't know how much more crazy you can get than that. You go from leading to losing the lead to losing third to crashed out just that quickly. Oh, man, that's going to hurt for the 99, but as we said, I mean, this is kind of one of the more laid-back races, and as I said before, if you came into this with any high expectations, you didn't know what you were getting into. So, but still, that's going to be brutal. Yeah, as you mentioned, as far as the points go, went from 25 points to 0.
Your pick to win is still in this thing. Just a friendly little reminder right there. Who did you pick to win Dover when we went to Dover? William Byron, and what happened to him? You know. Even in real life. Need I just remind you of Stuart Gratton? Yes. At whichever race that was. Superstar Series of South Boston. Yep. Oh, yeah.
I don't think it gets any worse than that.
Now, Nathan Stapleton, how about what he did last week at Kansas? He picked James Richardson to win, and James Richardson won. So, you know. And how about James Richardson getting the first win since this series 7 years ago? How about that? Great to have James back, and he got that dub in the Elimination Series at Kansas. See what he does at Indy and Charlotte when Caleb takes over here in a couple of weeks. I'll be taking that back over in July with Chicagoland. All right, Travis Crampton trying to close in, and Troxell is still here as well on the 14, Nathan Stapleton. And you know what? All it takes is one mistake. And Nicolas Samudio had that mistake in the second heat there that allowed Troxell to get around him initially, but he was able to get back around that 14. And right there, you can't be doing that. And Stapleton is going to go 2 for 1 right here. They all did it off the exit right there, and Stapleton's going to get around Troxell for 3rd. And will he go 3 in a row? He's in a prime position if Nicolas Samudio takes himself out, which is possible. We saw that happen to Chase Harris. He's going for 2nd here on Travis Crampton. How about these two friends going after it for position here at GNC Stuntroad? And how about Stapleton trying to maintain his points lead here in the BodyArmor Pro Series as well? He's got 2nd. He's got 2nd on Crampton. That's 2 in 1 lap, essentially, for the 97. Oh, but he doesn't actually quite have it yet.
Over yet.
Still side by side for 2nd place. That's a bunch of points right there. Ooh, that was close. That was tight. Still side by side. That's good news for Samudio. He's just got to run a clean lap right here. Crampton's actually going to be able to hold on to 2nd ahead of Stapleton. And these guys side by side off the corner. White flag is going to be displayed for Nicolas Samudio in the 48. Won this thing 7 years ago. He's looking to do it again here tonight in the return of this race after 7 years. And how about this for Mr. Edge, looking to be the second all-time winningest driver on the channel, break the tie with Jesse Turner, and be 2 away from Zachary Fitzwater for the top spot. He's never been at the top spot on the channel before. Oh boy, he's got to get this one to get closer though, and he's got to get through these hills in order to do it. Oh, Crampton. Oh my.
This is insane, but I mean, he's got to do something insane in these last few corners. But look at that car. Oh, goodness. Dude, don't be throwing it away at this point.
Only got 2 more corners. He's just got to get past that last one, and he's got it in the bag. Through the final corner, it's a clean one. Nicolas Samudio. 7 years ago, he won the last one. He's going back to victory lane at GNC Stuntroad for his 26th career win on the channel. Travis Crampton will finish 2nd. Nathan Stapleton will finish 3rd. Thomas Troxell, Reggie Fogleman. Jesse Turner will get 6th out of this one. Christian Master. Oh, and Drew Webb's going to get Derek Hamill, isn't he? Loudovick Charette, and then Derek Hamill's going to fall to 10th there on that last lap. Shame there for Derek. He's going to only get 1 point out of it. Nicolas Samudio is going to get it here at GNC Stuntroad in Dirt Xtreme V. How about that for Mr. Edge?
How often can you say you've gone back-to-back 7 years apart? That's pretty sweet right there. But yeah, as you said, just had to keep it, well, clean, quote-unquote, on that last lap. It looked like he was getting a little iffy. I mean, he lost a second, but still going to be a 3.5-second margin of victory between himself and the 37. Some great racing there. Maybe not quite as chaotic as the second heat, but it was up there as far as just some absolute insanity that took place, especially feeling for the 99.
Well, Jesse Turner has just won the pole for the Indy 100K, so you know what? There's a chance that Nicolas Samudio may not necessarily hold 2nd place by himself for too much longer. You know, that's just but hey, Nicolas Samudio could very well win on Friday night at Auto Club. That's a very good chance after what he did at Kansas. And obviously, you got all the IndyCar stuff as well that Nicolas is a part of, and you know he's a 2-time winner of the Indy 250. There's a good chance Samudio could tie Fitzwater by the end of the month. I'm just saying, there's a chance that it could happen. He's got the 4th fastest time. He'll start 4th at Indianapolis. And poor old Igor Barreto didn't even get to complete a lap. That is a shame for him right there. It happened on the last lap, apparently, that he had an issue right there. And he'll start 12th at Indianapolis. But, wow, what a race. What an event. That was fun, and what a way to spend your Monday night. I'm glad you enjoyed it along with us. Nicolas Samudio gets Dirt Xtreme 5. He got Dirt Xtreme 4. Why not do it again 7 years later? And 26 career wins on the channel for Mr. Edge. You know, when he won that first one over 9 years ago, as a matter of fact, it was May 1st, 2015. Was the anniversary of that Daytona 500 win that he had. So right around this time, 9 years ago, when he got that race win. And you know what? He is still kicking in. How about that? And Travis Crampton, you got to give a lot of credit to him. He had a great run here tonight, bringing it home 2nd. But Nathan Stapleton going to remain the points leader. He won't have too much of a gap on Thomas Troxell, but those 2 guys really pushing out ahead of the field here. And hey, Indianapolis is the next race for these guys. You know, it's a pretty normal racetrack for the most part. How do you think it's going to play out for these guys in a couple of weeks' time at the Brickyard?
Well, I think they're all going to be breathing a sigh of relief now that this one's over. they're going to need some back readjustments after this one is done. But I think that, yeah, we'll be back to kind of seeing guys in a familiar place. We'll see what they can do. But ultimately, as you said, I mean, another long-time guy, Jesse Turner, going to be starting on pole. Indianapolis, maybe a little more track position oriented as far as where you start. So that's going to be good for him, and we'll just see how that'll unfold.
I'm excited for it. Indy 250 week just a couple of weeks from now. Not even a couple of weeks from now. What am I saying? It quite literally starts next week officially. So that's going to be a lot of fun. These guys going to hit the racetrack for that race, and Roxy gets the 11th Indianapolis 250 on the channel. Am I crazy? I've done 11 of those things. About to do 11 of those things. Been doing it for a long time, but I'm still having a lot of fun. Hey, thank you to everyone who keeps on watching and supporting after all these years. I had dinner with Seth Cole the other night, and he was like, yeah, you seem to be one of the only guys that keeps on doing it, but you know what? I do it because I love it. There you go. There you go. You wanted to see a car fly off. There it is. There it is. There it is. I told you it was going to happen. I told you it was going to happen.
That's how he celebrates.
Back to what I was saying, you know, I've been doing this, you know, for what now? Pretty much 10 years. It was July 2014 when I first got NR, started doing things back then, and I still love it to this point, and I love the offline part of it, and to still be able to do it to this point is just amazing. And the Indy 250 week is the biggest week on the channel each and every year. The Indianapolis 250 is the biggest race each and every year, and we're so happy to have all you guys still be a part of it, and especially guys like Nicholas, Nathan, Troxell, Master, Turner. Those are guys, Blaine Keyes as well, those are guys who have essentially been here since the beginning. So, you know, so cool to see him. You actually haven't been here since the beginning, Andrew, so you're not a true OG. Sorry.
Not quite.
But, you know, I just gotta thank you guys, you know, and, you know, next year might look a little different. I still plan on doing the Wall Walk Cup Series, but, you know, there's gotta be a balance here. You know, I'm enjoying it, but it's quite a bit. And, you know, we'll just have to see, but, I'm loving it. I haven't had as much fun with this as I've had, you know, the past couple of years, especially with the Wall Walk Cup Series and everything. It's just great to keep on doing, especially with good friends like Andrew, Caleb, all these guys, you know, that I do these races with. It's changed my life, and it means so much to me. So it's a little bit of a retrospective on all of that. I'm done talking. You all have a great rest of your Monday night. Dash for Cash race tomorrow night for the Hers Sprint Series at Oregon. 10 drivers who are still eligible. I'm pretty sure all 10 of them are going to be in that race, and top 4 advance on the hillside for that $25 grand prize. We're going to have a lot of fun with it, as that is just around the corner. So thank you so much for watching. Once again, congratulations to Nicolas Samudio on his race victory here at Dirt Xtreme 5. And here are the points for the whoa, my goodness. Yeah, I keep on talking about, you know, how long we've been here. That's what the series used to be called, the BodyArmor Pro Series, now as it's officially called. And we'll see you guys next time. 2 weeks from now, the Indianapolis 100K in this series, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Hers Dash Series, and then Friday night for the Wall Walk Cup Series at Auto Club. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. On behalf of Andrew Miller, I will see you guys later.